Hello, Rob DeRusso here. I just watched a video by James the Premier accusing Bill Maher of comparing 9/11 to the Trump victory. Now, Bill Maher never said this. I watched Bill Maher twice. I even had my friend Melinda fact check this for me to look this up, and she said the same thing. This quote was made by Thomas Friedman, who compared Trump's victory to a moral 9/11. Now, I don't know why James is dishonest, and I don't care, but he's spreading misinformation. Now, I'm going to play James' video, and I'm going to respond to it point by point. So let's take a look.
You know what? Bill Maher has lost his collective shit altogether. Apparently, according to Bill Maher, Trump's election is equivalent to 9/11.
No, James, that is not what he said. And here's the actual clip of Thomas Friedman making that assertion.
Wrote me, Bill, and said, this is a moral 9/11. Only 9/11 was done to us from the outside, and we did this to ourselves. And that's what makes it really,
Can I read you?
You guys hear that? Bill Maher never said that. James is being dishonest. He makes a video accusing Bill Maher of saying this. And this isn't the first time James has been dishonest. He was dishonest about saying that Bill Maher hates Muslims. And if you want to reference that, just go to the Randy Bevin, James the Premier debate on secular TV. And Randy basically puts him in his place and says, you're full of shit. It's just James has this huge, intense hatred for Bill Maher. And here's the thing, he doesn't even care about facts. He makes a video telling me that I don't go by facts, but I made 2 videos about him going by facts, and he hasn't really responded to them. So I don't know where he gets this idea. Maybe he just lives in fantasy land. I don't know. Maybe James lives in fantasy land, and James only hears what he wants to hear. But I just showed you proof that Bill Maher did not say that.
Let that stupidity sink in for a second. According to Bill Maher, Trump's election is equivalent to 9/11. Hey, you retard. Explain to me how it's equivalent to 9/11.
James, Bill Maher never compared the Trump victory to 9/11. That was Thomas Friedman. Go watch the video and stop lying and making shit up. Because you know what, James? It's just dishonest and you're spreading misinformation. I'm going to show you the video one more time so everybody can get a grasp that Bill Maher did not say this.
Wrote me, Bill, said, this is a moral 9/11. Only 9/11 was done to us from the outside, and we did this to ourselves. And that's what makes it really,
Can I read you?
There, I just showed it again. Now, does that look like Bill Maher saying that, James? Do you have a problem with your eyes? Maybe you just hallucinated Bill Maher saying that. Because Bill Maher never said that. There's some other couple things I want to discuss with James about his video, but I'm going to end that right here now. We're going to continue playing James' video because there's some other things I want to address.
Hey, you retard. Explain to me how it's equivalent to 9/11. Explain to me how it's equivalent to 2 hijacked planes crashing into the Twin Towers. Explain to me that. Look, Bill, you don't have to be happy he's going to be president. I'm not thrilled at all myself. But here's the thing, though. We have to give him a chance.
James, let me ask you something. Back in 2008, when Obama was elected president, did anybody give him a chance? No, they didn't. For the past 8 years, James, people have railed against Obama, calling him a Muslim, calling him a socialist, calling him a terrorist, even go as far as to call the guy a nigger. For the past 8 years, James, we've had a Republican Congress who has blocked Obama every step of the way, who has publicly said that if Obama was for it, we had to be against it, whether or not it was good for the country or not. Okay? So, James, don't act high and mighty and say, well, you know what? We should give Trump a chance. Because you know what, James? We're going to give Trump the same level of respect that Obama got. He's going to get a taste of his own medicine. Donald Trump headed the birther movement. That's another thing I want to add to you, James. He headed the birther movement. This was a man back in 2012 who demanded to see Obama's birth certificate. Went crazy telling everybody that he was not born in the U.S. It wasn't until a few months ago where he finally gave a half-ass apology to that. I'm sorry, James, but you know what? There's no way in hell Trump deserves any respect. And he's not going to get, because for the past 8 years, this president was not respected. And I'm going to be honest with you, James, I have never seen a president so disrespected as President Obama. It is downright shameful, and it's rooted in racism, James. It's rooted in racism because people are fucking racist. They just don't want to admit it.
You sound just as bad as Rush Limbaugh when Rush Limbaugh said Obama is going to make America a Muslim socialist country, which is a contradictory in itself. But here's the thing, though. Obama didn't change us into a socialist country. We're still a democratic and a country full of democracy, right? Oh, you defended President Obama when it came to that, but when it comes to Donald Trump, well, he's going to make us into a fascist 9/11 country. That's exactly what you literally are pushing that narrative.
James, he's not pushing any narrative because he didn't fucking say it. Did you watch the video, James? And if you want, I will link it in the description box. He did not say that. Do you understand it was not him that said it? Do you understand it was Thomas Friedman that said it? Yes, Thomas Friedman was on the show, but that doesn't mean Bill Maher said it, okay? Bill Maher didn't even respond to it. He didn't agree. He didn't disagree. There was no more further dialogue regarding that.
You know how stupid you sound? You were once an intelligent guy, but now you're not anymore.
James, you know what's not intelligent? You not even getting the person right who said it. You're saying Bill Maher said it, and Bill Maher did not say it. So don't talk about Bill Maher and his intelligence when you can't even get the right person who said the quote. James, you are clearly out of your mind. Like, I don't know what drugs you are on. I don't know if you're hallucinating this. Do you have HBO, James? Go watch the whole episode. Bill Maher did not say that.
However, though, I want to also address other people. And this goes to, the social justice warrior crowd. Stop saying that white males are going to benefit from Donald Trump's administration. That makes you sound sexist and racist in itself. Look, I'm a white male. I wasn't better off even under Obama or Bush's administration. What makes you think I'm going to be better off under Donald Trump's administration, you idiots? But here's the thing, though. Marginalizing a group like that, saying all white males are to blame for Donald Trump's presidency. No, that's not the case. Then you might as well blame the Muslim Americans, the Hispanic Americans, the Black Americans, the gay Americans who voted for him, along with women who voted for Trump as well. You might as well blame them as well. Or you could blame the 49.6% of people that didn't even fucking vote on election day. Or you could blame half the Democrats and Republicans, who decided to, write in Harambe. Because Harambe, the dead gorilla, got 15,000 votes. So, stop pushing this narrative that white males are to blame for Trump's presidency. And also, I want to address this final thing right here. Look, the guy is a wild card. I will admit that. He is a wild card. We have no idea what the hell he's going to do or say. I get that. I get why some people might feel nervous. But here's the thing, though. Stop protesting democracy.
Okay, I want to address what James just said. He said, stop protesting democracy. Well, first of all, James, we're not protesting democracy. We get it that Trump won fairly. We get that. But James, you know what? I went to a protest Saturday, an anti-Trump protest in Manchester, New Hampshire, and I wasn't there to protest Trump's presidency. I was there to protest the hateful rhetoric Trump has used throughout his campaign. Everybody that I've seen that was there was protesting the hateful things he has said. I have even asked people there what the point of the protest was, and they said it was to protest the hateful rhetoric. It was to protest the racism, the sexism, the Islamophobia, him disrespecting women. I mean, we were yelling out, love Trump's hate, and that's what it's about, James. And you know what, James? It doesn't matter what we're protesting about. We have a First Amendment right to protest. As long as we're being peaceful and not rioting, we can do it. But James, once again, you're dishonest. In your last video, you basically called all anti-Trump people American terrorists. Well, James, I'm not a terrorist. I didn't do anything violent. I was actually worried about the violence. I said to this one girl, I'm afraid this is getting out of hand because there were Trump people across the street that were getting really heated. And I was afraid that it might have gotten violent, but it didn't, James. Because you know what? We are, as Americans, we have differences of opinions in our politics. But most of the time, James, we don't resort to violence. There are times, James, where there are a few bad people out there that will resort to violence. But for the most part, no.
Stop protesting democracy. You can be mad all you want that Trump's going to be the president. So were conservatives twice when Obama got elected. But did you see them rioting their towns, looting their stores, and setting their neighbors' houses on fire? No.
Actually, back in 2012, Mississippi college students did riot, did set things on fire, and did do a violent protest. Did you miss this 4 years ago, James?
The racism exploding after the President Obama re-election. Ole Miss students down in Mississippi yelling out racial slurs in a campus riot, protesting President Obama's re-election. More than 400 students gathered to protest the re-election. 2 of them were arrested, one of them for public intoxication. Word started spreading over social media, and the crowd started growing more and more and more, chanting and yelling racial slurs, anti-Obama rhetoric, throwing rocks at cars. The Ole Miss chancellor said about the student body that they took a very immature and uncivil approach to expressing their views about the election. Yeah, I would say that that's an understatement.
No kidding. Who knows what would happen to their student loans had Mitt Romney become president?
Yeah, that's the reality. And
yeah.
The administration from Ole Miss also condemned the racial epithets, and they called for students to recommit themselves to tolerance. Yes, racist students, you have to tolerate the black man in the White House. Please tolerate him. The other funny thing is Drudge Report, this is really funny, when there are liberals protesting, like around the entire Occupy movement, whenever an individual occupier was caught doing something wrong, Drudge would put it up there as in, look at these bad protesters. And then when it was anti-Obama protests, because they're so angry, Drudge puts it up there, and other conservatives as in, wow, look at the type of stuff that Obama's causing. It's right. Obama's fault that all these kids are so angry.
Nah, no doubt.
You liberals are doing that. That makes you a danger to democracy. That makes you exactly how people are in North Korea. They don't want a democracy. They want their person to win all the time. You act exactly how Kim Jong-un's supporters act. That's scary. Look, stop protesting a democratic and fair election.
Once again, James, I said this earlier, we're not protesting the election. We're protesting Trump's hateful rhetoric he has used for the past 15 months of his campaign. We don't want hate in this country. We don't want Trump's policies to discriminate against gay people, to discriminate against women, to discriminate against minorities, to discriminate against, whoever else, like Muslims. We don't need hate in our country. We need unity. And this president has not united us. He has divided us. And for the next 4 years, James, you're going to see a lot of division because of his hateful rhetoric.
And it was a fair election. There was no rigging at all.
James, nobody's disputing that. Even though I believe now, and I'm changing my stance on this, and I'm not changing my stance on this because Trump won, but we do need to get rid of the Electoral College. It's outdated, it's arcane, and by right, if we didn't have the Electoral College, Hillary would be president because Hillary won the popular vote.
There was no rigging at all. If you want to be mad at James Comey, go ahead.
You know what? I am mad at James Comey. Let's talk about James Comey. James Comey is a Trump supporter. He has a Trump sign in his yard. Furthermore, okay, those emails, and this is the last time I'm going to say this to you, James, those emails that were leaked had nothing to do with Hillary. It had to do with Anthony Weiner. There is nothing to this day in those emails that shows Hillary has done anything illegal. But for the past 15 months, James, you have railed against Hillary, especially against the emails. And you know what? Melinda even explained this to you. You can't be charged with a crime that does not exist. We tried telling you this, James. I tried telling you this. I tried telling you this on Beyond Gods. I've sent you several messages for the past 15 months, James, saying that the email thing was a witch hunt. But you just kept on with the same exact narrative. So you know what, James? You're just as responsible for this Trump presidency because of your misinformation and your lying. And it's clear that you're lying, James, because you're lying about Bill Maher. Bill Maher did not compare 9/11 to a Trump victory, okay? He just did not. And I have already proven that in this video.
That's all in your right to do that. But do yourselves a favor. Look in the mirror and see that you're the ignorant ones.
James, it appears to me that you didn't even bother to research this before you made the video. James, I even Googled this and found nothing. I asked Melinda, my friend Melinda, you know Melinda, you had a conversation with her when she tried telling you about the emails. She found something and told me, no, Bill Maher didn't say that.
And see, it's that you that's a danger to the Republic. And see that it's you that you don't want a democratic country. You don't want a democracy. You know why you don't want a democracy? Because then you don't get your way.
James, the only danger I see is you spreading misinformation. Because people are going to listen to you and believe you when you're not even telling the truth. You're not even telling the truth, James. You cannot even get the right man who said what he said. You know what, James? It's not about getting our way. It's about sending a message, all right? And the message is, James, that hate is not going to be tolerated. It's 2016, almost 2017. Hate is not going to be tolerated in this country. We are going to fight back. And it's not because we didn't get our way. It's because we don't want social injustices in our country. Racism, sexism, Islamophobia, discriminating against gays, regulating women's reproductive rights, which I can guarantee you the Trump presidency will try to enact and legislate laws discriminating against these group of people. So here's the video one last time.
This is a moral 9/11. Only 9/11 was done to us from the outside, and we did this to ourselves. And that's what makes it really,
Can I read you?
You always wanted your way, or it's the highway. Let's see. Oh yeah, North Koreans think like that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
No, James, I didn't enjoy your video. It was spreading misinformation. And James, if you want to, and I'm going to invite you one more time, you're welcome to a hangout with me. We can discuss this. So there you have it. James is a liar. He's dishonest. And he doesn't care about the truth. He doesn't care about facts. I don't know why he thought Bill Maher said this, but clearly he didn't. So, that's it. Have a good night, guys.